Hey guys, how you doing? I thought I'd make a quick video today about how to upload your tracks properly onto Audiojungle. I found this process to be slightly confusing when I first started, so I know there's already quite a few videos out there on YouTube on the subject already, and I thought some of them were maybe like a bit long-winded and confusing, so I decided to make my own tutorial and keep it as just as concise and to the point as possible. So I'm going to take you through the whole process, and I'm going to share some tips and some tricks that I picked up along the way. I'm going to assume that you've already bounced down your track and that perhaps you already have multiple edits of that already. In the example I'm going to show you, I have like two separate edits, three separate edits of the track, and I'm going to show you how to deal with that properly when you're uploading. So yeah, before we get started, just a big shout out to those of you who have subscribed to the channel so far, and thank you so much for doing so, and it means a lot. And yeah, go to my website and download the sample pack that I have for free right now, and if you sign up to my mailing list, I'll keep you up to date on some of the cool projects that I have coming up. I'm working on a MIDI pack right now, which is sounding really cool, and be giving that away for free very shortly. So yeah, stay in touch, and I'll keep you in the loop. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I have my track here that I've bounced down. I got my full version. I got a 57-second cut and a 33-second cut, and I have them all in WAV and MP3 format. Extremely important to note is that when you are bouncing down, your WAV files, they must be 16-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. This is the only format that Audiojungle will accept. When you are bouncing down your MP3s, they got to be 320 kbps, whatever that stands for. What, kilobytes per second? I don't even know. But anyway, that's the standard anyway, and that's probably the default setting in your DAW. But worth checking, because if you do not send in these formats, then Audiojungle will reject it, and you'll have to re-upload everything and be a pain in the ass. So as you can see here, I have all my edits in WAV and MP3, and what I'm going to do right now is create a watermark track. And for the watermark track, you could just make it an MP3 track, but it needs to contain every edit of your song, including the original, like the full length one. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to drag and drop these into a new Logic session. This is the way I do it. Okay, so I got my full version here. I'm going to bring this in. And I'm going to drop this 57-second cut in and bring this 33-second cut in. Okay. Now, also another thing is important to note is that there can be no more than 5 seconds of silence in between your edits and your preview track. So I'm probably just going to shave this down a little bit and like add a little fade out so that it's not crazy long in between here. So this should be okay. Okay, so right to the end. That's fine. And we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so that's probably just, maybe, I don't know. I like to keep it nice and tight. It's fine. All right. And then I'm going to create a new track. And I'm going to bring my Audiojungle loop in here, which is somewhere on my desktop. There it is. Okay. So this you can grab from the Envato Authors Resources website, and I'll put the link for that in the description. You just download this, and what you do is you just import this into your track, and you're just going to loop it to like the length of your whole track. A few things to note here is that the loop, I have, like, as you can see, like this is pretty maxed out volume wise. So you got to make sure that the loop is totally audible during the track, but it doesn't need to be like crazy loud. So I've actually had a rejection one time for it being too quiet in the mix, which is, it's an easy fix, but you got to make sure that it's like, that it is there, but it doesn't have to be like over the top loud. So I don't know where you draw the line, but let's hear how this sounds. And also, like, I don't like it to come like right at the beginning of the track, so I usually just like push things back. You have to hear it within the first 10 seconds, I believe.
Audiojungle.
So that's totally fine. So once I have this watermark all set up and I've got the edits all lined up properly, then I'm just going to bounce this and in MP3 format, and I am going to call it Lo-Fi Cinematic Hip Hop and Watermarked. So now that I have my watermark track bounced down in MP3, and I have everything I need to start making the proper folder for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create new folder, and I'm going to call it just the name of the song, Lo-Fi Cinematic Hip Hop. Okay. And in this folder, I'm going to add my short edits. So my 33-second one and 57-second ones. And I'm going to add my full length songs, all in MP3 and WAV. I'm not going to add my watermark track. So because you're going to upload this separately. You don't want this doesn't need to be in the folder. So I'm going to right click on this folder and I'm going to compress it. And now I have a zipped file of that folder. And inside this folder is all my edits, and I have my watermark track. Now I have everything that I need to start uploading onto Audiojungle. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here is the profile page of my non-exclusive Audiojungle account called Jingle Donut. And I've created a little avatar for that as well. And actually, I've never uploaded anything onto this account yet. I just created it. And I have an exclusive Audiojungle account, which I've been using for a while now, which you may have seen in my previous videos. But for the sake of this song, I'd like to also upload it to Pond 5, so I'll need to upload it onto a non-exclusive Audiojungle account, because then you can take that same track and put it anywhere. And in this case, if you don't know already, the differences between these two accounts on Audiojungle is that with an exclusive one, you'll get 60% of the sale, rather than on a non-exclusive one, you'll get 50% of the sale. But of course, like I just said, the benefit is that you can share this track anywhere. So yeah, let's upload a song here. So we're going to go to Dashboard and upload an item, select a category, music, next. Okay, so first off, name and description. I already know that, so I'm going to call this Lo-Fi Cinematic. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this all in caps. Okay. All right, so for titling, I find that the majority of authors just title it by the description of the type of music. That's not to say that there's any rules against titling it whatever you'd like. I think there's probably a benefit to the search engine if you title it like, with like a more of a descriptive thing. So that's what I do for all my tracks. Reading the forums and stuff, that seems like that's kind of like the standard thing to do on Audiojungle. It's not very creative, but I think it helps with the search. So anyway, Then we're going to write a little bit of a description. I really don't go over the top with this. I don't think it really it makes a difference with sales that much, to be honest. But let's just like wing this, I guess. So, lo-fi cinema hip hop is chill tune with stylish vocal samples, relaxing beat, perfect for advertising, travel, vlogs, YouTube videos, and much more. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so files. So we're going to choose our files, and let's go to our desktop here, and we already know that we have three things here. So we have the zipped folder. We're going to start with that. And we're going to choose files again, and we're going to upload our watermarked MP3 track. And I'm also going to upload my donut avatar. And that's going to show up on the left of the song when people are searching it. So we'll let those download, and we'll skip this for a second, and we're going to go to category. Okay, so this is a hip hop tune, right? So let's go to hip hop, and looped audio, no. MP3 and wave, yes. Vocals, yes, there are vocal samples in this. So I'm going to click on that. And bitrate 320, yep. Sample rate 16-bit. So yeah, in case you forgot, they'll remind you here, which is important. Main track length, I don't know, I can't remember. Let's check. It is 152. And we know what our additional lengths are. And if we just look in the folder, we'll see that it's 57 seconds and 33 seconds. And you have to write this correctly. You have to write 0, 57, and comma 0, 33. Also, that reminds me, they do require that in the description of the song that you detail the additional tracks that are in this folder. So I'll do that right now. And this is the way I usually write it. Versions included, main track. What is it again? I forget. 152. Short version. 57 seconds. And shortest version, 33 seconds. You don't have to do it that way. You can, I don't know, write like 57 cut, 33 second cut, whatever. That's just the way I do it. Okay, composer. So I tacked all of this annoying information onto a note. So I have my IPI number from my performance rights organization, SOCAN, here in Canada, and I usually just write my name and then dash SOCAN and my IPI number. I've still, to this day, I don't know if I'll ever collect performance royalties off of any of these songs, but you know, if they do end up on a TV song where they are logging this information, then you could make like, you know, a whole pile of money, who knows. So it's worth signing up for a PRO in whatever that is, in whatever country that you're in. I mean, there's always a PRO, and it's pretty easy to sign up. It doesn't take long at all, and yeah, I log in all my songs on that PRO. It's pretty quick and painless, and you know, cross my fingers, hopefully maybe make some royalties one day. I don't have a publishing company, or I'm not with a publisher. I know the BPM is 75. YouTube content ID registered, nope. And so your tags, this is kind of like the most annoying part. And I also keep this on a notepad. In this case, I'm just going to copy paste all my tags here. And yeah, you know, be descriptive with your tags and be smart. I mean, like I spent a lot of time looking at other authors' tags as well, like with similar tracks, and I was like, picked up a few cool ideas there. You get 30. They got to be separated by commas, and yeah, feel free to take a look here. I mean, this is, you know, the type of stuff that I imagine that buyers would be typing in, you know, trying to find the right song for themselves. So I mean, yeah, feel free to be creative. You only get 30, so you got to use them wisely. Okay, so setting the price. This is obviously totally at your discretion. It's cool that they give you the option to do this on Audiojungle. I think it's actually a really great thing. So, you know, I see authors pricing their stuff like higher than average, and I see authors pricing their stuff like insanely cheap. And it's hard to say, you know, whether it really makes a huge difference to sales. I mean, I don't know. Definitely don't think that you should undervalue your music, especially if you put a lot of time into it, you know? So I kind of price depending on how much time I put into the track. In this case, this track didn't take me that long to make, so I'm just going to put it at 25, which is just a little bit above the recommended price. And the purchase price for the buyer will be 29 with the fee included. So with the other licenses, like this music broadcast up to $1 million and so on and so forth, I tend to price like pretty high, because I think that if people are serious about the tune, then they're gonna be happy to pay like the extra bucks for it. So what the recommended price here is 30 to 40. I'm just gonna put 50, and then higher still. So up to 80 here. Let's put 100. Price this at 200, and the film license, we're gonna say, I don't know, 375. It's not often you're gonna sell one of these licenses anyway, but I do occasionally sell the second tiered license, like the music broadcast license, and I have sold a few mass reproduction licenses as well. So message to the reviewer, no. Any samples, blah blah blah, yeah. And then I think we're good to go, except for we're going to go back here and we're going to just choose, you got to make sure that this is selected. So thumbnail, donut, JPEG, audio preview, that is our watermark track, and main files, zip folder. And then we're good to go. I think we got everything. So let's submit. Hopefully didn't mess anything up. We'll see in a second. Congratulations, your file has been updated successfully, and you'll see that it appears in the queue on the right here. And you know, it takes anywhere from like 3 to 5 days for the guys at Audiojungle to review your track. So yeah, I'll just kind of hope that that all works out well, and maybe we'll make some sales. Who knows?